So today we're going to be going over some great drugstore finds. I'm going to apply them to my face, which is why I'm barefaced. Y'all are seeing all my imperfections. I have washed and moisturized my face. I have not yet applied primer. So we're going to start there. And the primer I'm really digging right now is the Revlon Photo Ready. This is the Perfecting Primer. I started using this because I watched That Taylor. And she uses the pore filling one. And I couldn't find that one when I went shopping that day. They were out and I was getting ready for the cruise and I wanted a good primer. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try it. Hopefully it's good. So I tried it. I liked it. It's a little vigorous. It likes coming out a lot. So I'm just going to start with a pump on my finger. And I'm going to apply that to my face. Now this is not an incredibly pore filling or blurring primer. It does a little bit. My favorite pore filling primer currently is Drugstore. It is the NYX pore filler. I do really like that one. I just happen to be out of it right now. And there's that. Now we're going to move on to the brows. And the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. I do not go right into the brows with this. I actually use a tiny little brush. This tiny little brush, I use it for eyeliner and for my brows, so I do have to clean it in between if I'm using a gel liner that day. So, I'm going to open this up, and I just take the brush, run it across the wand, pick up product, and begin to apply. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can watch this. I do have fairly full brows, but like most people, I do have some patchiness, which is mostly under in my arch from chickenpox. Wonderful chickenpox scars. Now at this point I'm not concerned with hair strokes. I'm just concerned with filling in my patches. I happen to have one right there. So you can see the difference already. It really does make things look so much better. Do the other brow. And I do not expect perfection under my arch, because I can go back and clean this line up with concealer, and I usually do because I use concealer as my eyeshadow base. I'm going to start flicking in some hairs in the front, which is something that this tiny little brush is good for. And that's really all there is to my brows. I really don't have to do a whole heck of a lot. Just going to go ahead and wipe that off there because this is some stay put stuff. You know what? I think my left brow is just a teeny bit lower than my right. That's better. It's so easy with this stuff. I just love it so much. And my shade is Deep Brown, number 260. If you have similar coloring to mine. Now I'm going to grab my concealer, and it is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. This has been my holy grail since I found it, and I'm getting very, very low on it, which is scaring me because I use this all the time. And just with a small concealer brush, I'm going to dip in to the concealer on the back of my hand. I'm going to run that along the bottom of the brow and blend down. And you can already see the difference. I may have cut that brow down just a little too much. But again, this Tattoo Studio Brow Gel makes it so easy to fix it. Because all I have to do is take that brush and that brow gel and just cut that brow right back in. Sisters, not twins. I have to remind myself of that because if I don't, I will sit here forever trying to have my brows be perfect. And I don't think there is such a thing as a perfect brow unless you have them tattooed on. Which, nothing against anyone who does. I wish I could. I'm going to prime my lids with concealer. Same one we were just using. And now I'm going to go in with some eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore. This Profusion palette I found at Target. It has a great mirror. And the colors in here are just beautiful. So, on a large brush, I'm going to take the lightest shade in the palette called Ideal, and I'm going to set my concealer. Okay, with the concealer all set, I'm going to take on a large fluffy brush the shade Fling, which is kind of a taupey shade. This does have some kickback, that's why I do my eyes before. I'm going to work that taupey shade into the crease. And with that done, I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. I'm going to go into the shade Cozy, which is the deepest shade in the palette, and it's like a deep chocolate brown, almost like a semi-sweet. I'm going to work that right into the outer half of the crease. These Profusion shadows are really pigmented. They blend really well. You ask me, they're kind of a home run. I'm going to go back with that original brush and that original shade, just a touch of it, and just blend that a little bit. Yes. I'm actually going to put this one away, even though I do love this palette and I will do a full look with it. I'm going to put that one away for now. And I'm going to pick up, this is called the Runway Glamour Eyeshadow Palette. And this is the Silver Moon palette. This was $3 at Dollar General. It also comes with a mirror. It's kind of tiny though. And it's mostly shimmers. And the one I'm actually looking at today is this one right here. No name, but it is like a blue-based purple. Oh, look at that. That is so freaking pretty. And that was the shadow that inspired the look for today. The shadow I'm going to lay down before that, though, is from L'Oreal. It is a single, because they do not put these shadows in palettes. I wish they did. It is the Infallible Paints Metallics in Violet Luster. This is a really pretty light purple. And I don't even think I'm going to fuss with a brush with this one. I think I'm just going to use my finger and press that onto the lid. These Infallible Paints metallic shadows are so pretty. I have 2 of them. I love them. I travel with them. Wrong finger. Other hand. I mean, is it practical to travel with singles? No. But I do really love these shadows, so. And I'm actually kind of wanting to amp that up a little bit, so I'm going to take a flat shader brush, or not a shader brush, a packing brush. And I'm going to hit that with some setting spray. And I'm just going to go into that shade one more time. Look at it. Oh, it's so pretty. Gives me a makeup-gasm. If you don't know what a makeup-gasm is, you're not doing makeup right. No, I jest. I do not believe that there is a right or a wrong way to use makeup. I believe that we can all find a way to use makeup and make it work, even if it doesn't always necessarily for its intended use for us. Okay, now that I've got that down, Now I'm going to go into that deep shade. And I'm just going to use the same brush. Just because it does have some setting spray on it. Those shadows blend so perfectly together. I think these shades were made for each other and they didn't even know. I mean, that's just so pretty. And it was a $3 find. You cannot beat a $3 eyeshadow palette that has something that pretty in it. Now that we've got the eyes based out, we're going to go ahead and we're going to zoom back out. And we're going to apply foundation. No, we're not. We're going to apply a liquid highlighter under the foundation. And this is another drugstore find. And it's a really good one. This is the Hello Halo highlighter from Wet n Wild. And this is in the shade Halo Goodbye. Giant, huge doe foot applicator. I know a lot of people do not like putting these directly on their face. But as you'll see in a moment, it doesn't really bother me. Because this is not the only product that has it. And I'm just going to blend that in. And I'm not just like keeping it on the high points. I want my skin to have a wee bit of glow. I mean, yes, I'm obviously highlighting the usual highlight areas. But I just want a healthy glow today. Going into fall and winter, I think that is when we should be trying to bring a glow to our face. And again, it's makeup. Do with it what you want. Do what makes you feel good. For me, it's having a glow in winter. I know everybody's focused on that summer glow, and that's great. And if that's you, more power to you. I just like a good winter glow. I feel like it makes my skin look healthier. In fact, I'm going to put a little above my brows there. I know I'm looking a little shiny and crazy at the moment, but it's all gonna be worth it. And I think these highlighters usually run about $4.99 at Walgreens, and there's always deals going on, and of course, you know, some shades are Walgreens exclusives. Okay. Now that that's on, now we're gonna apply foundation. And this is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour breathable long wear high definition finish medium coverage foundation. And this is in the shade 400 Natural Beige, which is right in between where I sit between summer and winter. So this is definitely like a fall shade for me. Again, with the giant doe foot applicators. I don't know what got into makeup companies this year with these giant applicators. Not complaining. I don't mind them. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start blending that in. And you guys know normally your girl is a full coverage queen. But in the winter when I'm wanting to have my glow, medium coverage is the way for me to go because I can put that liquid highlighter underneath and you can still see it through a good medium coverage foundation. So that makes me really happy because I still have that glow, and when it catches light, it is still blinding. Okay, but it's veiled under the foundation, and I feel like it makes it look more natural for this time of the year. Okay, so we've come this far. Now, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, and to a certain extent, yes. Yes, I am. I get really blue under eyes. Like, horribly. And do y'all remember when the big thing was going around about color correcting the under eyes, and they were using red lipstick? Well, red lipstick does not work for me because of my skin tone. I am olive, and it just doesn't work. I use, and this is because it also sets and it doesn't affect my concealer, Wet n Wild liquid lipstick in Coral Corruption. This is the Liquid Catsuit. And I don't use a whole lot. Okay, maybe I do. And you can already see, like, the blue tones don't really come through it much. And I'm just going to stipple that out and blend it up into the lash line. And this is just a brush I got in one of my Profusion palettes. I am pretty sure they meant for it to be an eyeshadow blending brush, like a crease brush or something. But for me, it works for this. And again, use what doesn't work for you in another way. Find other uses for it if you can, you know? Makeup is not about, well, so-and-so does this, so this is the only right way. Well, that works for so-and-so. It might not work for you. Now I know I look crazy. I gotta let this set. So while I'm letting that set, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight center of the forehead. You guys, there's nothing sadder than coming to the end of your favorite concealer. Down the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, chin. Because I'll get all of this once my under eyes set. See, we're bringing light to the center of the face. Okay. Now that that's set, I'm going to take my concealer. You guys know which one I'm using. I'm going to pop that right under there. Oh my goodness, this is so sad. And this I learned from Goss, Wayne Goss, watching one of his videos. Yes, I'm doing a triangle, but I'm not filling the triangle in like so many people do, and then there's just way too much product and it ends up looking cakey. I may have filled this side in a little more than I wanted to. But I'm going to blend out toward the nose, up to lift the eye, and out to blend it in with the foundation. And look at that. I'm telling you guys that Wet n Wild liquid lipstick, that is like my savior. Because I have always had dark under eyes. Always. Always. I'm just gonna pop just a little bit more concealer if I can get some. If not, I do have another really good Drugstore concealer that I can pop over it. I just want to really make sure that I brighten that area. Guys, it almost makes it look like I sleep. And we all know Lotus don't sleep. But look, it looks like she do. And I'm going to be right back. I have to switch out my batteries. You guys, I'm an idiot. I don't know where my camera cut off when my battery was dying. And I've been powdering. I put e.l.f. Luminous Glow under my eyes to set my concealer. A little bit on the forehead, down the nose, Cupid's bow, and chin, because it does have a little bit of a reflect to it. Not like highlighter reflect, okay? It's not like that. It's just enough of a reflect that it helps that light bounce off that area, smoothing it and brightening it. And then I set the rest of my face with a Drag Queen staple, Coty Airspun. I love it. And now I'm contouring with the e.l.f. contour palette, and I use the deepest shade here. And I used to contour with this brush, and it was a great contour brush, don't get me wrong, but I felt the line was too harsh. I feel like this, I can build it up to the level of contour that I want, and it's soft, and it's diffused, and it just feels more natural to me. And that's all I do for my contouring. Every now and then, I will contour my nose a little bit. Do I feel like it today? I kind of do. So I'm just going to take my Luxie medium angled shading brush, and I actually use this as my nose contour brush. And the reason I contour my nose isn't to make it slimmer. I could care less that I have a slightly wide nose. It does not bother me. The reason I contour my nose is because my nose was broken. And sometimes, if you contour it just right, it can look straight again. Cute. I like it. And I'm going to take my powder brush just so everything's not too harsh and it's veiled under the powder a bit. Now we're going to move on to blush, and I either use the L'Oreal True Match in Neutral. This is Innocent Flush, and it's kind of a glowy blush. Or I will use Wet n Wild Heather Silk, which is a matte, kind of blue undertoned rose pink. Or the one I'm going to be using today is out of an e.l.f. palette, and it is this peach shade right here, and this is in Fiji. So I'm just taking that peach right there. And I do use a denser blush brush than most, but I like to have the control. And I like to go for kind of a natural flush coming across the face. I know some people like that apple of the cheek. I don't. Not on me. On me, it does not look right. On some people, it looks great. But on me, I just kind of need that natural flush. And again, that highlighter is still coming through. Now, the reason I like these products is because they're good. They are good products, guys. The powders are phenomenal. The e.l.f. powder, it's got that luminosity to it where it reflects the light so you don't see the bluish undertones as bad. The Coty Airspun, I mean, drag queens have been using it forever. So it's a staple. It's a good powder. If it'll keep drag makeup on, it'll keep mine on. I found this at 5 and Below for $5. Comes with a mirror and 8 stunning highlighters. And when I say stunning, let's pick one. Let's go with this purpley one here. 1, 2. Okay, there it is on my finger. Ah! And that is just gorgeous. And they are all 1, 2. Stunning. Go into this pink one. I mean, guys, this peach one. The peach and the pink look very similar in pan, but the peach tends to be what I lean towards more if I'm going to use these as a highlighter. And then this one, let's see, where do I not have highlighter? I mean, guys, these are so pretty, and they were only $5 for all of these, and the pans are enormous. I need a makeup wipe. I'm going to end up covered in highlighter. I mean, these are, they have to be like the find of 2018 for me. I mean, I found Jeffree Star. I mean, I didn't find Jeffree Star, but I finally got my first Jeffree Star palette this year thanks to a friend who bought it for me. But these $5? Are you kidding me? There's champagne one in here is stunning, but the peach is more my tone. So I'm just going to tap into that. See the difference? I mean, she is stunning. You know what? Just to show how blinding they can be. Look! Oh! And I am that girl who loves a good blinding highlight sometimes. And that is blinding. But for $5, this is a really good palette. I've really been loving it. In fact, I think for the inner corner highlight, I'm going to take a teeny tiny little brush. I'm actually going to dip into the purple. I'm going to spritz it. Another Profusion palette. I know, guys, I've got a lot of the Profusion palettes. This is the Glamour palette, and I found this one at TJ Maxx. And this one just has a really pretty deep purple in it that I want to use on the lower lash line. I'm going to go ahead and smoke that out on the lower lash line. And again, you guys, it's these Profusion shadows. I don't know what they're doing right. I mean, they're just... And they're so reasonably priced. But they are doing everything right with these. And I would be doing everything right if I could keep from getting it in my eyeball. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we've got all of our powders on. So I'm going to go ahead and set everything with my Ulta brand setting spray. This is the matte one because I don't feel like I need any more. I mean, girl, I'm glowing as much as anybody can possibly glow. So now the eyeliner that I have been using in every video, pretty much, if not in every video, is the NYX Professional Epic Ink eyeliner. It's a brush tip applicator instead of a felt tip. You can shake it and actually hear your product, which I like. And it's not the greatest wing I've ever done, but it's a wing. And the reason I like this is because it's so black, it can go over a shimmer. I'll show you one more time. And this is where I realize I have a problem. And if I'm not careful, I'll end up making myself look like a panda. Not the greatest wings I've ever done, but they're on. My holy grail lower lash mascara is the Wet n Wild Mega Length Waterproof. Has to be waterproof because I cry. Once I run out of this, I am going to try the new skinny mascara that they came out with. And then my top lash, I use the L'Oreal Paris Lash Paradise. You guys, this is the perfect formula. It's not too wet, it's not too dry. I love the wand. I just out and out really love this mascara. Not like with a wing like this, you're gonna actually see my mascara. Because I've got the purple eyes, I'm going to stick to a more neutral lip color. And my favorite liquid lipstick, if you guys haven't guessed because I used it under my eyes, is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. I love the formula. It's not too drying on my lips. It sticks around forever. I just really love this lipstick. This is the shade Give Me Mocha, which is pretty much a perfect nude for me. I love the brick tone of it. My light died. It's okay. You guys, this is a look created with all drugstore products. I am here for this look. The eyes are gorgeous. I love these purples together, the way they blend. I love the matte nude lip with and that glow. Oh, I love that glow. Lock that glow in. I don't want to lose it. So you guys, that was all my favorite drugstore products. I don't know what else to tell you. They're amazing. Do I love my high-end products? Yes. Do I love my Smashbox concealer, my waterproof one? Yes, I do. Do I love my Jeffree Star palette? Oh, very much so. Do I actually know there's no high-end mascara I really like. All the ones I've tried, I have not been a fan of. Same with eyeliner. The only eyeliner I really love is that NYX liquid liner. So you guys, that's it. All drugstore. And I'm ready for fall and winter, baby. Click like. Click subscribe. Click the bell to get notifications every time I upload. I want you guys to be a part of the family. I want you guys to be a petal on the lotus. I want us to be the biggest, most positive community on YouTube. And I think we can do that. I think we can get there. I love you guys. Until next time. Bye.